Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. We are doing a get ready with me and I wanted to show you my current go-to no makeup look. It's super glowy, super easy and perfect for summer. If you're into it, then keep watching. I have my hair already out of my face with this headband and we're gonna start off with a moisturizing primer. This one is from Bobbi Brown, Vitamin Enriched Face Base. It's like the best thing ever. But any moisturizing primer will do. And this just smells so fabulous. Alright, so that was the doorbell. I had to stop and I had to apply my cream while walking out to the postman. So anyway, yeah, a moisturizing primer. You'll need that. Next, what I've been using is like this glowy filter product. There is 500 of these out at the moment, but my favorite one is from e.l.f. because of the big applicator. It just gets the job done in half the time. I just apply it all over my face and then it depends on the mood how I like to blend it in. Sometimes I blend it in with my fingers. Sometimes I blend it in with a sponge or with a brush. It just depends what I have on hand. But today we are going for the sponge. And whenever I'm using a sponge, I like to put on a little extra because the sponge sucks a lot of it inside, you know. The sponge is dampened with a Mario Badescu spray. I like to use any kind of facial sprays to wet the sponge rather than water. But whatever floats your boat, just go for it. Don't I look a lot more awake already? And I know I look like super greasy, so we do need a little bit of powder to reduce this. Especially if you have oily skin like me, you're gonna want to set it with powder. If you have dry skin, you could just probably go without powder. For powder, I've been currently obsessed with my Hourglass Sculpture palette and I am using these two here. The lighter one goes underneath my eyes and the other one goes everywhere else. So what are they called? Dim light will go all over the face and diffused light will go under the eyes. So we'll start with that. And I have a goal to pan 4 of these shades this year. I know it doesn't look like it, but if you look at it this way, you can see that I have definitely used the powders. These palettes like last forever and I have 5 of these, like 5 different ones. Let's see if I can achieve my goal in panning this palette. Like, look at the difference already between this eye where I have the powder and this eye where I don't. Like, it still leaves that glow, but it is like muted, and these Hourglass finishing powders are just like heaven. I don't know what they are made of, but they are just perfection. And in real life, the skin really does look like you have a filter on. It's so pretty. I am obsessed. And even though I got 2 Hourglass palettes last year, I really want to, like, I'm excited for this year what they're gonna come out with. And I think I will just get whatever they launch because these are so pretty. So that was the lighter powder diffused light that I used, and now we're gonna go into dim light and put that all over our face. I love face palettes because you have everything in them that you need. It's super handy for travel. And I'm really digging my brush in there because I want to make sure that I'm going to use up this palette this year. And don't forget the neck. Never forget the neck. And sometimes I just like to swirl together. If I don't have time, then I don't do the under eyes separately. Then I will just swirl the brush in and do the 2 shades together. But look at how my skin looks now. It's like so radiant and so glowy. I am obsessed. Next up, brows really quickly. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow. I'm sure you all know it. It's just a little brow mascara, and I'm literally just combing through the brow, just to give it a tiny bit of color. Like, we are not doing anything special. This is just quickly filling in the brow. And it's not going to be perfect, but we're not even going for that. This is a quick, I have only 10 minutes, let's get out of the house kind of look. Okay, how are we looking? I think I need to fill in a little bit more the inner part of this brow, because it's a little bit shorter. But you gotta be careful with these brows, because you can go overboard and then you end up with two like really bushy brows, and that is not the century we are in at the moment. Next step is optional, but I have hooded eyelids and I get very oily lids, so I put a little bit of eye primer on my lids, and I'm using the Milani eyeshadow primer. I've had this for years, I want to say, and it's still going strong. You only need like the tiniest bit from this. And yes, I have a broken nail. Well, not broken, it's just missing. These are press-on nails. I'm not gonna glue it back on, because it's actually really handy to do my makeup or scroll on my phone without the nail. So we're just a one nail missing kind of person today. And then I like to set the eyeshadow primer, and I'm just gonna go back into this palette again, and we're gonna use Diffused Light just to put some powder on the eyelids as well, to set the creaminess of the eyeshadow primer. And this step is totally optional, feel free to skip it. While we are here, I think we could put some of this highlighter underneath the brow as well. And I'm using the same brush. It's not my favorite actually, this highlight under the brow bone, because it's darker, so we might use a different highlighter for this. While we are on the subject of eyes, let's use mascara, and I have my two favorites here. This is the Loreal Telescopic Lift, the viral mascara for whatever reason, but it's actually really good. And then I have my K-Beauty mascara here. If you saw my Stylevana video, I featured it there. But this is a waterproof one, and this one does not quit. And I always set now my regular mascaras with this one because it's waterproof and it don't smudge. But let's use the Telescopic Lift first. Also loving how long my lashes are at the moment. It's this Eye Glow serum that I'm using. I've been using it non-stop and for years, and it's just the best eyelash growth serum ever. I mean, look how beautiful these lashes are. I do have a code for you if you want to save 20% off the serum, because it is a little bit pricey. I'll have that linked below. And then I will set it with the waterproof mascara. The name on this is like ridiculously long. I'll have it linked down below. It's a very random name, but it's really, really good. Again, this is optional if you want to do your bottom lashes or not. For this video, I will. On my bottom lashes, I always only use waterproof mascara because everything else will just smudge. Let me just do the second eye and I will be right with you. Okay, cool. Mascara is done and now the fun starts. We're not gonna do like contouring, bronzing, we don't have time for that. We're just gonna use a liquid blush, and this is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch blush in the shade Happy. This blush will last me into the next lifetime, I think. And the best way I found to apply this is, if you take the product, wipe off what's on this. Do not put it on your face because it will leave a stain. I always cringe when people do the dots because I know it's staining. So anyway, I have like a little stippling brush here. I take from the applicator and then I apply to myself. And look still how freaking pigmented that is. It's crazy. I will drag it to the temple a little bit just to get some color. But I'm keeping it mostly up and not really focusing on the apples of the cheeks. We're just going for a more lifted look here. If there's anything left on the brush, I'll just put it on the nose. But it looks like there is not much left. Let's do the other side. You really need to be careful with this blush because it can go so overboard. I like to bring the blush a little bit underneath my eye actually. Combat those dark circles, you know. A little bit on the forehead, a little bit on the nose. I do like that sunburnt look, you know, the one that they draw the W here. I do like that. So we can do that a little bit, but not too much. There you go. Now that is definitely more than enough blush. Sometimes I do go over with a powder blush, and it's this one here. It's my all-time favorite blush from Hourglass. It is Vibrant Flush. It's like so gorgeous, but that's really like an extra step. Then my favorite part, highlighter, and this is Cookie. You may have seen her all over my Instagram and TikTok because she is just so perfect. Like, I love my Hourglass powders, but this highlighting powder is just the queen of everything. And you cannot have a glowy look without this. Yeah. Like, she is fabulous. Like, this really is like the Hall of Fame highlighter. Let's do the inner corner, and perfect, I don't have a nail on this finger. Yes. Brighten it up. And let's do the brow bone with this. So much better. Can't stop looking at it, it's so pretty. And we have reached our final step, which is the lips. And you already know it's going to be a Fenty Gloss Bomb lip gloss. And I think we are doing Lemon Lava. But you can pair this with any lip gloss. But this is more of like a muted everyday situation, so. And who doesn't love gold? Little gold flecks in there. And let's hear it. Perfect. Perfect pop. I'm just loving how obsessed I am with myself today because this look is so easy and it's so glowy and it's just perfect for summer. Let's take this off and see what kind of hair we are working with. To finish up, let's use a setting spray. That's also optional, but it will just keep everything, it will melt everything together. It's locked. I love setting spray. It's just, it wakes you up really, doesn't it? And by the way, this is Max Fix Plus, the lavender scent. Ugh, so good, so good. And this is the finished look, my dear friends. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate it. And you know, you can achieve this look with drugstore products as well. I would really, really recommend investing in the Hourglass finishing powders if you can, because they make the look. I know on camera it looks good, but in real life it looks even better. I'm obsessed. Okay, now I'm just rambling. What I want to say, let me know if you like this look, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.